Just a decade ago, Chinese cars rarely made global headlines. They were seen as budget alternatives, far behind the sleek machines coming out of Germany, Japan, or the United States. But today, everything has changed. China didn't just join the electric vehicle race. It accelerated past the competition. It built the world's largest EV market, the world's biggest EV factories, and the world's most powerful battery companies. This is the story of how China became the electric vehicle capital of the world. What drove this stunning rise, what it means for global automakers, and what the future of mobility might look like. Let's dive in. To understand China's EV dominance, we have to go back to the early 2000s. At the time, China was heavily dependent on imported oil. Congested cities were choking under pollution, and the local automotive industry was far behind global giants. So the government made a bold move. They declared new energy vehicles, EVs, hybrids, and plug-in hybrids, a national strategic priority. This wasn't just a small incentive. This was a full-scale industrial plan. National subsidies, local subsidies, tax exemptions, license plate privileges, gigantic research funding, and a government-directed push for cities, universities, and state-owned companies to adopt electric vehicles. The results? A transformation that happened faster than anyone expected. In 2015, China sold roughly 300,000 EVs. Already impressive, but still small. By 2024, China sold more than 11 million EVs, accounting for nearly 2/3 of all electric cars sold on the planet. This level of growth has no precedent in automotive history. But China didn't stop at policy. It built an entire industrial ecosystem for EVs: batteries, chips, motors, electronics, rare earth processing, charging infrastructure, rapid prototyping, gigafactories, everything inside one tightly connected national supply chain. And then came the breakout models. The Wuling Hongguang Mini EV, a tiny, ultra-affordable city car, became a viral phenomenon. For many young people, it was their first car. For many families, their second. Meanwhile, BYD, originally a battery company, began an aggressive transition from gasoline to electric. And it worked. BYD didn't just grow, it exploded. It outsold Volkswagen in China, it outsold Toyota, it even surpassed Tesla in total global EV units. At the premium end, brands like NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto introduced high-tech cabins, battery swap stations, LiDAR-assisted autopilot, and digital ecosystems, putting pressure on legacy German, Japanese, and American brands, as well as Tesla. By 2024, EVs were no longer niche in China. In many major cities in China, EVs began to overtake combustion cars in monthly sales. China had reached an EV tipping point. Once China conquered its domestic market, it set its sights on the world. And this is where the story becomes global. Throughout the early 2020s, Chinese automakers began exporting EVs at a pace never seen before. In 2020, China exported fewer than 200,000 EVs. By 2025, it's projected to export over 1.5 million. Today, BYD sells cars in more than 70 countries. MG, owned by Chinese company SAIC since 2007 and using Chinese EV technology, has become a top EV brand in the UK and Europe. XPeng and NIO opened showrooms in Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, and are expanding further. and Chinese EVs are dominating markets in Southeast Asia, Vietnam, Thailand, Indonesia, the Philippines, where they often outperform Japanese brands. The total number of EV sales in Latin America more than tripled in 2024, from approximately 155,000 units in 2023 to approximately 444,000 units in 2024, led by Chinese makers. For example, in Brazil, the largest automotive market in South America, Chinese EV brands are already dominating. According to one report, 89% of EVs sold in the first half of 2024 were Chinese brands. Besides the innovative technical features of Chinese EVs, prices also played a major role. Chinese EVs tend to be far cheaper than Western competitors. For instance, a Chinese EV that sells for $25,000 often competes with Western EVs priced at $40,000 or more. The reasons for such a difference in prices are massive scale, vertically integrated supply chains, lower labor costs, closer access to rare earth and battery materials, aggressive engineering speed. But the export story is not just about cars. China now produces over 75% of the world's EV batteries, thanks to companies like CATL, the world's largest battery producer, BYD Battery, vertically integrated into BYD's own vehicles, Calb, Eve Energy, and more rising players. These battery companies supply BMW, Mercedes, Tesla, Ford, Hyundai, Kia, and nearly every major automaker. In other words, even if you don't drive a Chinese EV, there's a good chance your EV runs on Chinese batteries. So what comes next? China's EV revolution is entering a new phase, one where the focus shifts from raw expansion to global transformation. First, expect next-gen products, longer ranges, cheaper batteries, 800-volt supercharging, advanced autonomy, in-car AI assistance, vehicle-to-home power systems, and smart dashboards integrated with ecosystems like Huawei and Tencent. Second, expect global manufacturing footprints. Chinese companies are already building factories outside China to be closer to global markets. This will reshape automotive supply chains worldwide. Third, expect continued price disruption. With economies of scale and cheaper batteries, Chinese EVs could make electric cars affordable for hundreds of millions of people who could not afford cars before, especially in developing countries. This is the story of how one country transformed from an automotive underdog into the most powerful force in the electric vehicle world. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel.